All right, well, welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed your break and were able to refresh yourself or maybe just talk with your family. Um, I want to give you some steps, some tips here to encourage your children. Um, and I've tried this not only with my children, but with people, as a leader, people I work with, and it was able to produce results, right? Invest, right? Your ongoing investment of quality time with your children. And we talked about this, spending some time with your children. Praise efforts, identify success, acknowledge your child's point of view. You might not agree with it, but acknowledgement of it goes a long way, even if you disagree. And then tell your children specific things they do that please you. Hey, thank you. Um, um, Develop that, in your life, a thankfulness. And it took some practice. It took some stepping aside, but, I began to thank people for little things, Hey, thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing this. It goes a long way, and it lets your children know you're invested in them, you appreciate them, and the more they feel that way, the more they're willing to be part of the team and do put their best foot forward, right? And then, listen to your children. Take the time to listen to them. It takes time and patience to really listen to children, but it helps to build their self-esteem. And I go back to my frame of reference with, and with my 5-year-old, I get down there with them. My knees are kind of shot, but I get down there with them and start to play and spend time with him and develop that relationship. And then listen and repeat what you hear your child say to let them know you are listening. And, there's a time for teaching, time for getting down there and playing with your child. When you're down there playing, it's not a time for teaching, it's a time for dialogue, for connection, for relationship. And so I just encourage you to do that. Talk together with your children. Good way, two-way communication. How was your day at school? How are things going? Oh, good, Dad. Okay, well, what does good mean to you? Like, tell me. I want to know. I just want to know that it's good. But name one thing that happened today that made your day good. But you want to communicate, right? And if your child starts to talk, listen and repeat back. How do we reaffirm, paraphrase, repeat back what you heard? Hey, okay, So what I'm hearing you say, these are good communication tools. And encourage your children to talk to you and tell them what's on their mind. Right? Encourage them. And then show them who you are. When you speak, do it from what has meaning to you. Oftentimes we get into parent mode, right? Where we're using everything as a teachable moment to be a parent and parent mode. But we have to understand, avoid lectures, corrections, grammar lessons. Let them see your inner thoughts. Let them communicate with you. Let them hear where you're coming from. Let them know that you're different, and your child is different. Self-disclose, promote a talking, a dialogue, and involve them in the decision-making. We talked about family meetings, and doing that, and it's, and I leave that with you as a homework assignment. This session, we got 2 hours of time to kind of talk about some things. If you're wanting more, what you would like to hear, or some things in your family that maybe you need help with, leave comments that will help us in structuring future lessons and time, because we want this time to be beneficial to you. And for those of you who are going to watch later, please reach out. Family Life Center. Leave comments. We'll get you the material so you can watch and participate. We are here for you and your growth, and we want to see your family succeed. And so I'm going to talk to you a little bit here about, I know, with COVID and the time, some of you, some have come as geographical bachelors, and your kids are not here. Maybe your wife or spouse or husband, immediate family is not in the local area. And so how do you connect with them, with your school workload and things that are going on in your life and the different requirements? How are you connecting with your kids, and are you taking the time to connect with them daily? And some might be doing it daily, some weekly, but during this time apart, there's some good ideas in your workbook, apart from tips for encouraging your child, how to develop that in your life, and it'll spill over to encouraging others. But there's a worksheet in here, and we talked about some of that. But I want to talk about some long distance activities that can be done, and I have a worksheet, and if you want that as a reference, please leave a comment. We'll get it to you. But some things that I know we are in the age of technology. When I was in a faraway place, or in Korea in the early 2000s, watching 9/11 over a TV and coming back to the States, we didn't have FaceTime during that time. So the USO kindly had a video recorder, and I would go and read a story to my children, to two young ones, and it would get there, and they would watch me read the story to them, and it was connection, right? And so there's some things that you can do to connect, right? And so we do have some long distance activities to help you connect. One that I found beneficial is Skype, FaceTime, where you're able to see your child, and once again, 5-year-old jumping around from here to there. Sometimes I'm in the dark, but you know what? I'm still being a part of his life, even though I'm on the phone and miles away. We are still connecting. Let me give you some ideas. Okay, send a package containing all the things your child will need if he or she gets sick. For example, you could send a can of chicken soup, special blanket, a pillowcase, audio tape wishing them a speedy recovery. Arrange for flowers, pizza to be delivered to your child. You can do that. Push of a phone, right? Hey, you know what? Johnny did good today, out of the blue. And what kid doesn't like surprises? Oh, there's a package for you at the door. And so you're building that connection. Try including surprises in with letters, fast food wrappers, foreign currency, Band-Aids. There's plenty of ideas and to be able to connect and do that. Make a video of yourself, and you text it to you. If your child doesn't have a phone, you can, text it to mom. Let mom show the child, or send it some form. If they're adults, you can send it by email, or by phone. But there are ideas out there on how to connect, and I don't want to belabor that, but you want to do that. And oftentimes being away, produces that fondness of each other. Man, I miss my kids. I miss my wife. But why don't you communicate that to your children and to your spouse? Tell them what you appreciate about them that right now that you're missing. Hey, I took for granted when I was there these things, but man, boy, am I missing that home cooked meal, But these are encouraging things to to better your relationship. And who doesn't like encouragement? Please don't spend this time telling your wife all the negative things that are going on in the relationship. No, this is not a good time to do that, especially as you're apart from each other. And if you need more help, more resources, Family Life Center is here for you to help in any way. So I want to take some time here to talk about children in healthy families, right? And we talked about being somebody and belonging. Children want to be a part of a family, right? They want to be somebody. They want to belong. And we provide that foundation for them to either succeed or fail in life. And oftentimes we don't know better. We just follow in the same traps or the same irrationality. Work for me, it ought to work for Johnny. But wait a minute, you grew up in a different time, in a different culture, or circumstances. So we have to understand that. So now we're going to talk about children in healthy families. So children, I'm talking to you right now. You have two jobs in the family, right? Become your own person, and second, to belong in your family and in your community. Your job fits together with your parents' job. You're a team. When each of you does your part, family life works best. So be somebody, right? Your first job is to be somebody. So you will like being with yourself. You can't wait for someone else to make you happy with yourself. And building a child's self-esteem starts young, right? And we talked a little bit about it. If we're always criticizing and being negative, you're deflating that child's self-esteem. But if you're encouraging, you're pushing your child to succeed, thanking them, you're helping to build and formulate who they're going, to be. Because children really deep down in their heart want dad and mom to be happy with them. Amen. And why did I talk about spending time with your children and getting down there with them, right? And being with them and spending that time with them? Because children are longing for your attention. Either they're going to take your positive attention or your negative attention. And you're wondering why you're constantly disciplining your child, because you're not giving them enough attention. They're going to get it somehow, right? Whereas popping sister on the forehead and then running, or hey, whatever, they're going to get your attention. And if you want it to be a positive, set that time, set that frame of mind where, hey, you know what? Let me take some time. We're all busy as adults, but we have to make time. And if we make time into investing in our family, the whole system will be better for it, right? So children, here are 2 rules to help you be somebody, right? Get good at things. It helps you control your life. It helps you to feel and be successful. Choose something to get good at. Plan time to work on it. Ask for help when you need it. So, getting good at things, whatever you can do. It takes time and practice, right? Practice makes perfect. But if you don't start somewhere, how can you perfect that, right? So learn how to get along in your community. Apart from the home system, and being a part in your community. Friends, right? School. Sports provide that, right? Kids need an outlet, that time to communicate with others, and understand that they're not alone, right? I know COVID has kind of hindered some of that, and we're tired of always being online and going to school online, and some are social butterflies and they miss their friends and connecting with them. And that's all good and dandy because that's how God created us individually, right? But taking time to do that, right? How to get along with friends. Speak up and say what you want. Listen, be quiet, say what you hear, and cooperate, negotiate with other kids. And then bring good things home, right? Contribute your good feelings. Helps the family. This is your family too, children. You're a part of the family, and hopefully you feel that way. But you're an added blessing to your family in the things, in your character, and your personality, and what you bring to the table. And parents, we ought to be allowing our kids to express themselves and be who they are, and not pushing that down inside of them. That helps to build their self-esteem and helps them to be somebody and to grow up. You know, I tell my 5-year-old when he tells me, I can't do it, Dad. Oh, no, yes you can. Let's try this again. Let's try it together. Let me show you how. Hey, well, I don't have time. You know, you got to make time for your kids. If you want them to be productive, you know, they're not just like barn animals or dogs that we have, you know, we leave in the backyard. No, look, this is your home. These are your children. Horizontal, vertically, bringing it in together. All right. We'll talk a little bit about some things before we wrap up here. But in the handouts, there's a worksheet, and it's a worksheet of a house, and it has some blocks, some rooms in there. And for those of you that don't have it, you can still do this exercise. But this is exercise for the children. I want you to think about 3 things you're good at. 3 things that you're good at, and you can write them down, or you know, just think about, you know, hey, you know, I'm good at writing or poetry or reading. You know, I like to read. You know, or I like math, or you know, some ideas, right? And then I want you to think about one thing you like about yourself. What is it that you like about yourself? And then one thing others would say about you. What would someone say about you if you were not in the room? What would they say? And then one thing you want to get good at. What is something you want to improve in yourself? And then I want you to think about someone who can help you, whether it's mom, dad, teacher, uncle, someone that can help you get good at that. Remember, you are part of the family. So I want to talk about conflict resolution in the home and with children, helping them to formulate words instead of slamming doors and throwing things. You want to add for that dialogue, right? That dialogue with you. You know, sometimes we get frustrated, right, when things are not working, or we feel like things are not being communicated, or we're not making progress in communicating and maybe you might feel that way in communicating with your parents, right? The first thing to do is to stop, right? Stop and cool off. Oftentimes when we're in the heat of the moment, things are said in the wrong way or said that we want to take back. And so it's just better just to stop, cool off, think about what you want, speak up, say what you want, be specific and brief, right? Listen, be quiet first, say what you hear, in other words, paraphrase, and then cooperate. Take turns talking and listening, offering trades, solutions, choose a better solution. Remember, if you can't work it out, adults or parents will do it their way, right? And so you know, this is a handout here for you also in your workbook. All right, let's talk about that, for a little bit, because oftentimes, we as parents have to allow that in the parent-child relationship, that dialogue, and oftentimes picking a time, right? And you want to be not up here standing up. You want to be leveled, either sitting at the table or. And why is that? Because up here you're more of authoritative. You're taller. It's kind of intimidating. You want that dialogue with your children. You want them to encourage them to say what's on their mind, say what they want, stick. Avoid blaming. Listen to each other's point of view. These conflict resolution skills. And why is this important, right? It is, and we see some of it in our society, and some of the pushing out of it, and things that happen, right? If kids don't have a safe place, and we're not creating that in our home, then I ask you, where are they going to go? Who are they going to talk to? Oftentimes they're talking to grandma, grandpa, because it's become a safe place, right, for them to talk. And you want, relationship with your kids. And I'm not talking about parents for us spilling everything and talking to our kids about everything that's going on in your marriage. No, that's not the relationship I'm talking about. I'm talking about that dialogue with them and understanding that they're kids. They're not counselors, right? And dialoguing and talking with them. And I don't want to belabor that point, and I don't want to continue to repeat myself. If there are any questions so far, any comments, concerns out there, we'd love to hear from you. Our next marital resiliency event will be next month, here, same place. If you're interested in that, please register. Please reach out. Once again, Chaplain Brillon, the Family Life Chaplain, we're here for you. We want you to succeed. And hopefully this class has been beneficial to you. Please leave us some comments, good, bad, or indifferent. We want to improve, and we want to reach out to this community, the Fort Leavenworth community. We want to be better as people, and grow. And maybe you've learned something. Maybe this has reassured some things for you, or maybe this was just, something that you've heard in the past, or, you might not have agreed with everything, but take it with a grain of salt. Because I ask you, is what you're doing working in your family right now? If it's not, do something different. And so we're here to help you with that. Thank you for tuning in. We're ending a little bit early here, but we'd love to see you next time in person. as we increase capacity. Have a good night.